What a wonderful.
Good morning, or good afternoon, maybe even good night, depending on where you are when you're watching this. Hi everyone, my name is Mariana. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I want to talk about something that's really important to me and very special to me. I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with the color of my shirt. Which, by the way, I am loving. I just got this from Rent the Runway and it's so cute. Green is definitely my current favorite color. But yes, if you guessed it, being more green, being more eco-friendly, being more sustainable, that is something that I'm very, very passionate about, and I love to share my ideas and tips with other people. So I thought, why not do a video about it? For this video, I'm gonna dive in to 10 easy ways that you can be more eco-friendly and sustainable. What I like about these tips is that they're not huge, massive kind of lifestyle changes. Some of them are kind of more broad and vague, and like you can make them huge life-changing things, or you can take them step by step. Other things are really, really simple things to kind of integrate into your life, and I swear, they're super easy. They are now becoming more affordable, which is awesome, and ultimately they do make a huge difference. So, if you're interested in learning about 10 easy ways that you can become more eco-friendly, keep watching. But before we do get in, I do want to make 2 quick points about the topic of being eco-friendly and sustainable. First things first. From the great words of the wise and all-telling Hannah Montana, nobody's perfect. Truly, nobody's perfect. You all make mistakes. We make mistakes on a daily basis, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as we recognize them and learn and grow from them. And the same can be exactly applied to being more eco-friendly. I don't think there is one single human being out there that is the perfect vegan or the most sustainable or the most eco-friendly. Everyone has their flaws, everyone makes mistakes. The important thing to remember is that you just doing anything is better than nothing. There are plenty of people out there that don't even want to try remotely to be more eco-friendly and help this earth that we live on. So by you making the slightest, tiniest little changes makes such a big deal, I promise. The second thing that I do want to point out too is that I think it's important that if you're going into this, recognizing the privilege that comes with it. Being eco-friendly, being sustainable, being vegetarian or vegan is a privilege. There are far too many people who do not have the resources, who can't access the resources, or limited the resources based on their economic status. And that is a large, massive issue that I think far too many people overlook when it comes to being eco-friendly and sustainable. That there are so many places, specifically in the United States, that because of their socioeconomic status, they cannot get the access that they could to be more sustainable. And that is just horrible. But on a lighter note, let's get into the 10 tips. So the first thing I want to share, I feel like I have to just start off with this, get it over with, and that is these bad boys. This is a reusable mask. Now, I understand that reusable masks can be a bit pricey. Listen, there have been some places I've gone to that try to charge like $18 for one. That's ridiculous. The perk of reusable masks is that not that disposable ones are not okay. They are okay, and if that's all you have, that's totally fine. The thing is with disposable masks, we are now finding already, like most things, most garbage and trash, they are building up over time, and we're finding them, of course, in places that they are not really supposed to be. Not to mention too that some of the elements of the mask are kind of conflicting on the ecosystem when the trash is entering them. For example, the little strappy parts, if you do have disposable ones, please cut them before you throw them out on the trash. People have already found that the little strap parts can easily get around an animal's foot, an animal's neck, or its like torso, and that of course is not great, a big no-no. So if you can, reusable masks are great. Number 2, this is one of my personal favorites, and that is a reusable water bottle. Reusable water bottles you can basically get almost anywhere, and they range obviously in price. You can get some that are super cheap. You can get some that are more expensive. If that's your thing, go for it. You can even get some where they have a built-in filter into it, which is awesome too. I live in New York City, so I just drink the tap water. I don't particularly have anything against that. It's important to stay hydrated. However though, plastic water bottles specifically, a huge portion of our pollution. But that's the beauty of a reusable water bottle. You can basically carry it anywhere, you can decorate it, you can fill it up anywhere, and the amount of plastic that you are saving, I'm telling you, will make such a huge difference. Continuing with reuse, we have reusable straws. Now I know reusable straws get kind of an interesting rep. Some people love them, some people hate them. I will say I am not the hugest fan of the paper ones. They kind of melt into the drink. But I understand when you're out in kind of more public places like restaurants or bars, they can't really always put metal or, these silicone ones in. However though, if you want some just for at home, these are the best. They're awesome. So I have these silicone ones in all different kind of like fun, funky colors. It also comes with kind of like a little tool that you can stick in to clean it out. I also have some metal ones. These ones are obviously not as flexible. They're kind of just more straight. I do have another one at home that's metal but can also bend. It has some sort of band in it to like extend it and like fold it so that it's more compact and you can like carry it with you. But honestly, I just take typically the metal ones and just throw them right in my bag and yeah, use them all the time. Now, I don't know if I should really explain. I think most people are aware of just how bad plastic straws are for the environment, how much they're affecting animals and their ecosystem. But I think it's good to show that there's variations. As I said, the silicone, the metal, paper, if that's your thing. Or don't use straws at all. Whatever works for you. But this is definitely a great alternative. Okay, this next one is a big one. Reusable bags. I have so many reusable bags. I have cloth ones, I have these kind of plastic ones, I have huge, massive ones, I have tiny ones, literally from all over the place. But reusable bags are great. Let me put those over there for now. Reusable bags are another kind of like more obvious reason why they're great, but I think sometimes people really forget about them. Thankfully, some areas across the United States are making them kind of more mandatory in the sense that plastic bags are banned, and if you need a bag, you have to pay 5 cents to 10 cents for a brown paper bag. At least that's how it is in New York City. Reusable bags are so great, they're so efficient. My best tip and advice for them is, depending on where you live and what your situation is, I like to always keep like 2 or 3 in kind of like my tote bag, like tiny ones, and you pack them inside themselves, or keeping a good hefty amount of them in the back trunk of your car. This way, no matter where you go and what you're doing, if you need a bag, you have them. Kind of staying on the same page of bags, I want to show you this. These guys. Now, what are these? Bear with me. When you go grocery shopping and you're going to get produce, what do you typically put the produce in? Do you take one of the little plastic slips that are at the grocery store and put them in that? How many times do you do that when you go to the grocery store? Then think about how many times you go to the grocery store. Adding that all up over the years, how much plastic is that? And think about it, be honest. What do you do with those? Do you actually recycle them or do you just throw them out? So this bag is filled with a bunch of other smaller bags, like these, and even more bags in here. And these are exactly for that. You can bring these with you when you go to the grocery store, and when you're getting, say, apples or avocados or any sort of veggies, you can put them in these. So they stay safe and protected when you're grocery shopping, but at the same time, you're also not using an exorbitant amount of plastic. These are a little bit harder to find. I will leave a link down below in my description if you're interested in these. I really highly suggest them because, again, it's another easy kind of way that's not super dramatic. Yes, you do have to remember to bring them to the grocery store, but over time, as you kind of try to really check yourself and remind yourself, before you know it, it will become a habit and you'll be saving so much waste. What are these? These are reusable Ziploc bags. This is another one that I never really thought of until someone kind of pointed it out to me, and I was like, wow, I never realized how many Ziploc bags I actually do use. So these are made from kind of a silicone plastic material. They can be washed both in the sink as well as the dishwasher. They come in various different sizes. So we have like an extra large, a small. I even have tinier ones, they're somewhere downstairs. These are great. They keep everything compact and safe and fresh. And just like I said before, kind of with the little produce bags, it's something that you don't always think about right away when you think about plastic and the overuse of it and, you know, making sure that you're recycling it and being eco-friendly in that stance. So this is a great, great way that really doesn't make that big of a dramatic change in your life, that makes actually a bigger change in the environment. This next product that I have, I will say, is a bit more maybe geared towards people who wear makeup. But I think also if you don't wear makeup and you're looking for some way to just keep up your hygiene and clean your face and whatever, these are great. So these are reusable makeup wipes. So as I said, you can use them for makeup, but you can also use them for everyday purposes with cleaning your skin. And basically what they are these little cloth tabs. They have a kind of opening pocket here. You stick your hand through and you wash your face. It's a great, efficient way to take off your makeup. I also use them if I say put like a face mask on and I need to take it off. It's so much more easier. These are also great if you use like a toner and you need kind of like a cotton pad replacement. These are great for that too. And again, I know I'm repeating myself, but it really is true in that simple things like that, like makeup wipes or cotton pads, you don't think about it just because they're so mundane. But in time, they add up tremendously. And the next thing I want to talk about is products, meaning hand soaps, shampoos, conditioners, face wash, all that jazz. First things first about it, if you can find some sort of alternative that you can reuse or refill, would be great. For example, you could try a shampoo or conditioner bar. There are even some shampoo and conditioner companies where they kind of send them in more metal bottles and then you send them back and they refill them for you. Even some skincare products have actual store hubs where you can go and get things refilled. If you can integrate that into your life, that would be great. But I will say, for myself at least, I tried to use shampoo and conditioner bars and they didn't work out for my hair, and that's totally okay. But that doesn't mean to give up on it completely. Try to find different alternatives. So instead, I found a great shampoo that had no fragrance, no parabens, no silicones, was really, really healthy and all natural, as well as the bottle itself was used from 100% recycled plastic. So that's another example of trying to find something that fits your lifestyle, but also is super eco-friendly. The next thing that is a big lifestyle change is food. I feel like I have to talk about this. Now, I'm not here to preach and try to, convince you to convert to be a vegan. I myself am not even a vegan. I am a pescatarian. I sometimes like to refer myself even as a flexitarian, and that I kind of do various different things that work for my body. I started this journey when I was a sophomore in college, so I'm about 4.5, almost 5 years out. And I have to say, making this lifestyle change food-wise was such a game changer for me. I was really suffering from gut issues. I was also suffering from really bad acne, and making that shift in my diet made a really big difference. So what does pescatarian mean? That means I don't eat any meat except for fish. I do occasionally eat fish. Now, if you're vegetarian, you don't eat any meat. And if you're vegan, you don't eat, consume, buy, use anything that comes from an animal. Now, the reason why I bring this up is to kind of stem back to my first point, which is that anything you do can make a difference. So, if you're someone who's been thinking about it for a while, or even if you haven't, I would highly suggest trying it for some kind of short period of time. For example, many people right now are doing a dry January. You're not drinking for the entire month of January. That sounds great. Try that with being vegetarian or vegan. For example, some people like for the entire month of February, because it is a shorter month, being vegetarian or vegan. Even try maybe doing like a meatless Monday. Anything you do can make a huge, huge difference. It can be even little subtle things. Like I always recommend to people, if you're trying to like go towards this path, the first thing I would do is cut out milk. Milk is one of the worst things that you can have in your body. It really is not good for you in any shape or form. So try some plant-based milk. I personally love oat milk. There's also cashew, soy, almond, macadamia. There's so many variations now. It's amazing. And plus, as it's becoming more mainstream, it's becoming more accessible and more affordable. So basically, you can go to any supermarket now and you would find these products. The last note that I want to share for my tips of being more eco-friendly and sustainable is fashion. Clothes are amazing. I love buying clothes. I love dressing up. I love just expressing myself through clothing. It's probably, at least in my opinion, one of the most exciting and fun ways to express yourself to other people and kind of find where you fall into place in society. However though, only really in the last couple years has it been kind of more brought to light just how uneco-friendly a lot of fashion brands are. Fast fashion is one of the leading, if not the most biggest contributor to pollution. The amount of just toxins and dyes from the fabric as well as the fabric itself, not to mention too, fast fashion creates horrible work environments for their workers. They are underpaid, they are underrepresented, and altogether just treated absolutely horrible. So naturally, the alternative would be to either shop secondhand or shop more sustainably. And now, here again comes a perfect example of why nothing and nobody is perfect. It seems most basic and easy to naturally shop more sustainably or secondhand. However, there are a lot of issues that arise. First things first, shopping sustainably can be really expensive. We've kind of created an environment now where we are aware of it, but these companies kind of act like gatekeepers and kind of keeping off people, dictating who can buy these products, specifically by making them rather expensive. Now yes, to make products more sustainable, it does take more work, making it naturally more expensive. However though, we are seeing a common trend now where they're becoming so expensive that the general population really can't afford them and really can't contribute in helping with this issue. Then on the other spectrum of it, as I said, you have secondhand shopping, thrift shopping. This is definitely probably the best and greatest way to do that. However though, you do need to be very consciously aware. And that is because naturally, I think when people think of secondhand or thrift shopping, the first idea that might come to their mind is, say, a Salvation Army, a Goodwill. I know where I live, we have something called Savers. There's various different kind of like consignment, secondhand shops like that, right? Whatever the name of the store and variation may be. The reason why I bring this up is because it's important to take note that yes, it is better to shop secondhand, but also be aware again of your privilege. Many people use those stores as their first and only resource to buy clothes. So if you are coming from the perspective of you're doing it to be cool and thrift shop, there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to be aware of that. Because by you shopping there, you may be taking away clothes for someone who actually needs them, as well as you may be racking up the prices because now they see a higher demand that may now make it out of the price range for the people who actually need it. So, my tip with thrift shopping is this. If you can, don't stop doing it because obviously it's better for the environment, but also just be aware of where you're shopping and what you're shopping for. My biggest tip I always suggest to people, if you can, try your best not to shop too often for jackets, specifically winter jackets. Because pertaining to what I said before, if you're shopping at a Goodwill and you find a super cool puffer jacket, great, don't buy it. Why? Because that could go to someone who can't afford to buy a new jacket. unlike yourself. So do not take that opportunity away from them. Well, that's it. Those are all of my 10 tips on really easy ways that you can be more eco-friendly and more sustainable. I hope you found this video really interesting and helpful. I hope it motivates you to want to be more eco-friendly and more aware of how you can be more eco-friendly. If you guys are interested in me talking about this subject more, I would love to make more videos about it. It's something that I am very passionate about and have a lot of interest in and love talking to people about and sharing ideas and bouncing ideas off each other. It's something that I think more people should be more aware of, because in the end, we need to help our planet because there is no plan B. This is our home. We need to take care of it. Now, before I get all sappy and start crying, let's end this video. So again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye!